Welcome to another episode of Smart Tips. I'm Jeff Gonzalez, and today I'm going to walk us through how we can auto schedule our project timelines based on when the first and last tasks that are linked to that project are scheduled for. Let's jump in and see. Here we have our project management template solution. I've hidden a handful of tables that aren't necessarily a part of what we're going to talk about today. Today I'm going to talk about very simply projects and tasks. So I have a table of projects that are linked to a table of tasks. These go in sequential order based on the due date field that we have here. Now, I want the due date for my project to adjust based on when the first task is assigned and the last task is assigned in the tasks table. So what I've done is I've created an additional view. I call it timeline review, and I've used a couple of different formulas to allow me to make this happen. The first formula is first task. Let's start from the inside and work our way out. What I'm looking at here is I want the min value, so the lowest value, so the earliest date for my project tasks period, the due date period, specifically the start date within that date field. I want to pull the minimum value of all of the tasks that are linked. What is the earliest start date that is linked to this project? Then I want to date format it so that it's left in compact. And then I'm going to wrap it again in a date function so that it is indeed treated as a date. Important because in order for us to, in automations, which I'll show you shortly, in order for us to populate the due date field with a formula output, it needs to be formatted as a date. Similarly, this last task field, it's the max value of the end date, but it's wrapped in date and date format the same way as the previous formula was. Now, what makes this tick is this automation that we have here. Update project timeline is what I've called this automation, and it's based on a couple of conditions. Either if first task is not the same as due date start, or if last task is not the same as due date start, and that record is updated in any way. So it's going to always adjust, right? If it doesn't meet that specific condition, then I want to update that record to due date start, due date end, and populate it with first task and last task. Now, mind you, there are numerous ways that we could do this. I did it this way because it worked well for me and it allowed me to update a lot of my existing values because I just simply made a quick update to all those records and it effectively made all of those changes. Moving forward, I might use when a record matches conditions and still have these same conditions apparent. That when a record matches conditions trigger setting will allow me to not actually have to interact with the project data at all in order for these changes to be made. Completely up to you and the way that you and your team use SmartSuite and how you configure this. I hope this was helpful. Let us know if you have any questions down there in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.